I have the clown, the shaman, and the swindler. And at the bottom of the deck, when I flipped it around, I have child. So with the clown and the swindler, it says jester of laughter, comedy, mask, performer. And then the swindler card says master of deception, hypocrisy, disguise, and conspiracy. You are with the child energy here, and the child card says beacon of hope, spring buds, innocent growth, and vulnerable. And what's interesting is that you are attracting these energies. And here we have in the center, we have animal spirits, spiritual leader, and nature, right? So this is someone this is not just someone, these are people in your energy who are basically, they're just, it's not fake it till you make it. They're just faking it. They're performing. It's like they are performative with you. So they see you, they see your energy, and maybe they are trying to emulate that same energy. So they have a mask on, they put a mask on, they have they're playing a role, right? It's a performance. And when I saw this card, it made me think of, there was a woman who literally dressed up as a clown, and she went to unalive someone in her clown suit. So she took them by surprise, right? You show up at someone's door in a clown suit. We don't usually fear clowns, right? We don't usually feel like there's anything to be afraid of. But she showed up at the door in a clown suit and unalive someone. Now, I'm not saying that's what's happening, but in a sense, in a figurative sense, figuratively speaking, someone who is running around with a mask is like that person that's coming in and stealing your energy, right? Because this is like the person at work who they're calling you all the time, right? And they're sharing their stories with you. You're sharing your stories with them. You're telling them when you're going on vacation, what's happening in your life, what's happening with your spouse. And then you might tell them like, hey, yeah, I'm planning vacation at the end of the year or beginning of next year. And the next thing you know, that person is off during the time that you told them. And then you just find, like, you're finding synchronicities like that. This is someone who's wearing a mask. So they're pretending there's something that they're trying to get, they're taking from you, right? That's your time. You put in that time. They're running around performing and having you think like they're a friend. This is the person at work who shows up, who's talking to you, and their energy is one way, right? When you're talking to them, everything seems fine. They sound like they're spilling their guts about everything that's going on in their life. You're telling them what's going on in your life. And then you get in a meeting and you can just feel the performance. You feel like their energy is different. Maybe it's because it's not even in what they're saying. Maybe they're saying nothing to you in the meeting. It's in what they're not saying. And and then we have the swindler here, and that's why I feel like there are multiple people in your energy, and the thing is that these are people that are trying to show up, like with the shaman here. This is these are people that are pretending. They're showing up in this disguise, like they're the shaman. But usually if you are a healer, you don't have to tell everyone you're a healer. We don't, people who are healers, you just do what you do, right? That comes across naturally. But they see your healing energy. And we're going to talk about the child card because I did do a search and I want to share with you what I looked up. But before I do that, I want to finish with this download because it's like, this is someone who is, again, it's performative, right? So they are telling you, hey, this is someone who will tell you how much money they have, how much money they make, but it's not true, right? Because it's the appearance, they are putting out the appearance of things. This is someone who maybe is bringing you gifts and telling you that they love you, but the gifts, again, there's something that they want from you, and then they're leaving and they're talking about you, right? Or but here's the thing, they can put on the performance, right, to bring you the gift, but this is the same person who, when you give a gift to them, they may not know how to act, they may not know how to receive that gift. So they're going to either misspeak. Maybe this is someone you give a gift to and they tell you, oh, like they straight up tell you, like, oh, that's not something I would use. Now, we've all gotten gifts from people that we would not use, right? But someone, it's not even the gift, it's the thought that counts, right? And so it's all performative. Or someone that's, I'm going to talk about gifts again. Someone, it's hypocritical, because someone who's, if you're truly wanting to give someone a gift and you care about them, aren't you going to try to give them something? You might try to give them something that you know that they like, right? But when it's performative, you're just going to pick something, right? Like maybe you have a stack of gifts that you keep in your house for, grab bag, right? They're at work. And so you have like grab bag gifts. And so whenever the time comes, you're giving gifts, and you're leaving, like they're giving gifts, they're leaving the tag on, because it's purposefully, they want you to know, they want you to at least think, even if that's not the price, that you can buy things at the store and they're discounted, and things like that. And so you might not pay full price for it, right? But the tag might say $100, but you might pay $20 for it because it was on sale, it was on clearance, it was on a rack, and you had a discount, right? But this is the person that's going to give you that gift with the tag because they want you to know that gift that's what the gift is worth, because they want you to know that that's what they're worth. And so this is the performative energy that I'm getting. It's hypocritical, because it's not really about the gift. It's about them. It's about it's more about how you see them than it is about giving you the gift. The gift is about them. So these are, and it says swindler here. This is someone that if you might go into business with them, and you're going into business with them, and they want you to think that they know everything, right? They know everything about this business, and they're looking to get you to come in and invest with them. And then there was a Law and Order like this. The guy had like, it was all performative. He had like a building with the name of his business. He was doing he had investments. He was taking people's money and making investments for them. And here at the end of the day, he was bankrupt. Like it was a Ponzi scheme. And so, of course, all the people at the top got the money, and then he ended up going to jail, and all the people at the bottom, like all the people that he trusted, and it was family members and friends, his daughter, I mean, everybody, he took their money and lost all their money, all their retirement funds, right? So this is the type of energy that I'm feeling, but you're going, and people, I'm feeling so much here. I'm feeling like, with the shaman, like normally this is good, right? But this is someone who's also performative, who's going to tell you, they're going to tell you, I'm a healer, I see things. So this might be someone who tells you, this might be someone who says to you, something happens. Let's say something happens, and they're going to tell you, "Oh, I saw that. I saw that." And it's not that that can't happen, right? But you will see synchronicities, because you will notice that this continues to happen. That there's always there. This is somebody who's always going to be talking about their intuition and telling you how their intuition is leading them. Most people who are using their intuition just use it. Most of the time it's intuitive, so you're just doing it. You may get a flash afterwards and you're not talking about it. You just do. And if there's something you're called to say to someone, right, for them to look out on, you're not going to tell them, "Oh, my intuition tells me." You're just going to say, "Hey, I just have an inkling, like this happened to me before, and you might want to be careful," right? And then it's still, at the end of the day, it's free will, it's their choice. And I want to, with this child card, because this is your energy, this is the energy that you are moving into in this new cycle. You're moving back into this childlike energy, into your youthful energy. I've been talking about youth a lot, because that energy, I feel, is coming in for you. This innocence, this growth, this vulnerability, because you're learning, like, after all the lessons that you've learned. And I have spiritual awakening here. After all the lessons that you've learned, you're able to go, you've tapped back in. And it's not like you've always been in this energy, but now you know you're in this energy. And I think this is part of the awakening for you. This is spiritual awakening. The angel number is 777. You are on the right path. You're spiritually evolving and aligning with your higher purpose. And the interesting thing, let me read something. I did a search. I did a ChatGPT search, and I want to read you something. And I specifically asked ChatGPT, what is the energy of innocence, and why do people try to take it or steal it? And it says, let's talk about the energy of innocence. The energy of innocence is vibration of purity, openness, and trust that radiates from someone who hasn't yet been hardened by betrayal, manipulation, or deep pain. In the essence of the unwounded self, the part of you that believes in goodness and possibility, approaches life with curiosity and faith, loves freely without guardedness, sees the divine in others and in yourself. Innocence is your original frequency. Now, after everything that you've been through, for people to see you in this energy, that they're thinking, "Oh, you're foolish." Like because they've lost their innocence, and they're seeing you in this energy, right? Although now you know how to put up boundaries, and you know how to protect yourself, but still you didn't let anything that happened in your life completely take your innocence away. Maybe you had put it away for a little bit a little bit. You put it away for a while so that you could heal, so that you didn't continue to get hurt. But now that you've healed, and now that you understand the part that you played, and you have boundaries now, people are surprised to see you showing up in this energy, and they're just like, "Oh yeah, there she is again, there he is again, being foolish." But you're not foolish. You're part of your awakening. Part of this awakening that you're having now is that you're realizing that the only way forward, the only way to your purpose, is to be in this energy. This is the energy. This energy here is the energy of the healer. Because, and let me read this to you. Let me read this to you. Why people try to take advantage of your innocence or steal it. People don't literally steal innocence. They feed off the light, warmth, and openness it emanates. Here's why. energetic vampires. Some individuals often unconsciously are drawn to those with high pure energy because they lost touch with their own light. So this is the person that's going to come in and they're just trying they're this is the destiny swapper, because they're just like, how are you doing it? So the destiny swapper is going to come in and they have on a mask. They're trying. This is the person that comes in and they see you in this energy, but they're so used to having a mask. They're looking at you like you have a mask on, and it's not a mask. And when they realize that it's not a mask, that this is truly who you are, they're like, you're so childlike. Like, why you being, because they have lost their innocence. And even though they're looking at you like you're so childlike, like you're foolish, right? It's still attracting them. They still want the energy. So they're still going to come to you to take that energy, because that energy is healing, because it makes them have to look at themselves and see where they are broken. But many people don't want to see where they're broken. So they just want to come in. They want to continue to behave the way that they're behaving and pretend. They want to pretend to be the healer. Your energy is naturally healing. Like, there's no pretending. Like, when people come to you, you don't say to people, oh, I'm a healer. It's that childlike energy that you are getting back in touch with that is healing others. Innocence feels like sunlight to them, something they can't generate, so they try to absorb or dim yours. Yeah, because and so I hope this is, I wanted to go through this with you to help you see that it's when they talk about people coming in and dimming your light, right? That's what that is. Like, imagine you're in this childlike energy and you're emanating the sun, you're emanating light, right? And this person's coming in, right? They're coming in with this dark energy, but they want you to see them as this. So now they're going to dim your light so that they can put themselves here. This is why they have to tell you who they are. They have to tell you how much they have. They have to tell you, because they want you to believe the mask. They want the mask that they're putting, the picture that they're putting forth of themselves. They want you to believe it so that you can feel like you're less than, or that they are more than they actually are. But the wonderful thing about a child, right? Like, a child will tell you, a child will just say things just because it is what it is, right? Like, they are sometimes brutally honest, right? Kids can be brutally honest, not because they are trying to be mean, but because they don't know any better. They don't know anything else. They're just like, it is what it is. So what's the problem if I say that? What's the problem if I tell you that, your cheeks are chubby, whatever. Oh, your cheeks are chubby. And, they're just going to tell you. And they're going to speak the truth. So in your childlike energy, you may be speaking truths to people and they may not like it. You're giving people truths that sometimes they don't want to hear, and sometimes they're just seeing those truths. The truth is in your energy, and they're seeing that this energy, this childlike energy that you have, is the energy that is, just when they thought that pretending to be the healer or pretending to have the money was going to get them what they want. And they're like, well, wait a minute, like, you didn't pretend, or you didn't compete with them to tell them that you had more. And when they thought they dimmed your light, they're watching you excel and get all the things that you want. And they don't understand, because in their eyes, they don't understand that this is the energy that gets you what you want. This is the energy that brings vitality and health back to you. This is the energy that manifests the things that you want, that takes you into your purpose. This is the energy that heals you and heals others. Let's pull And the other thing about innocence that's here is that it radiates freedom. You ever see anybody you'll never see anyone get so irritated as in at as when they see an adult like yourself who is like you're free, like you just seem to be free to say, act, and do anything that you want, where they are living in a controlled, they have created a controlled structure for themselves, where a box, right, that they put themselves in, or they were put in, and that they think everybody should be in this box, but you are outside the box, and they don't understand how you're doing that. And when you are free, when you're truly free, others cannot control you. So they cannot come in, and no matter how much they tell you that they're a healer, you see it for what it is. No matter how much money they tell you they have, it doesn't matter. Even if they really had it, it doesn't matter. And even in the clown suit, you can see beneath the clown suit. You can see beneath you can see behind the performance, even if you don't tell them. And it's ironic because when they look at you, they think that you're performing others. And people who operate from fear or domination may try to break that energy to make you more compliant. Yeah, they want you to do just like them. Like someone may come in and tell you, what, like you're not, this is what you're supposed to do for family. What do you mean you're not going to do that? Like, this is what family does. And, or, because when if they can put you back in the box, you're just it's easier to manipulate. And they want someone who wants to be in the captain's seat. They want to, what does it say? It says navigator of destiny, leadership. Decision making. They want to make all the decision. This is someone who wants to have dominion over you. They want to be able to control what you think. They want to be able to control how you see things. They want to be able to lead you. Like they wanted to be, and in order to do that, they had to put on a mask. And it's really ironic because I just heard they were clowning you. And when, like in my mind, I'm seeing it as if they thought that your innocence, the energy that you were putting out, was performative. And so this is somebody that comes in, they see how someone's behaving, like they like your energy for some reason, or maybe they're so used to performing, they think everyone is performing. So they thought you were performing, so they were like, wait a minute, I'm a better performer than you. I'm a better clown than you. And when at some point they start to realize that your energy your energy's stable. You're not interacting. They're used to people who are performing. And so if you were performing, when they act like a clown, you try to be a bigger clown, right? You become the bigger clown. And then they try to top you until you decide like, well, you know what? They're the bigger clown, but you're not a clown. You're not a swindler. Let's pull some tarot. Let's pull some tarot and see. Oh. The problem is that the light that you have, mirrors what they lost. And so instead of doing the work to find it, they are, look at that, they're being sneaky. They're trying to take yours and walk away with it. And the thing is that, look at that, they're walking away with it, but look at all the swords that they're taking with them. So they're trying to, they're hiding their wounds. Like, this is somebody who's they're taking your energy to hide their wounds. Because they don't want, or they're dimming your light so they can hide what it is that they've lost. This is somebody, these are people in your life that have been hardened, and they are in your energy for a reason. You're supposed to mirror this energy. This is part of what you're meant to do, and this energy is going to bring in abundance for you, but it's going to bring in these energies. Six of Pentacles. Why the Six of Pentacles? Seven of Wands in reverse. I feel like they're breadcrumbing you. Like I said, again, it's a swindler energy. They are breadcrumbing you so that you don't stand your ground, because they realize that even with your child, the fact that you're not competing with them, you're not clowning with them, you're not putting on the mask, they're realizing that this is you are who you say you are. And that maybe before you realize, before your awakening, you would stoop to the level with other people, right? Maybe you used to do that, and now you're just like, no, this is who I am. I'm just going to stay here. And so this energetic boundary that you have, they can't break it. They would love to. They would love to break your boundary. I'm feeling the energy of someone that's coming in and, looking to see what it is that you like. And they're bringing those things to you, right? But it's performative. They want you to perform. And the awakening card is here. The angel, where is it? The angel number 777, spiritual awakening. You are their spiritual awakening, but not everybody wants that. Knight of Wands and High Priestess. You are their spiritual awakening. They can take it or leave it. It's somebody that's coming in, they're laughing with you, they're, maybe they're even, this is somebody that, that they're sharing, like they're giving you like an oversharing moment. Behind that child is the High Priestess, and the reason why you're the High Priestess is because you are in the inner child. You have claimed your energy back. You've claimed your innocence back. Doesn't matter what happened to you. You decided You made a decision at some point that you were claiming your innocence back. Look how she's looking up in the air with trust. In her the childlike energy calling in divine protection. The child doesn't have to tell you that they're a child, do they? But someone who's putting on the facade and trying to show up in childlike energy is going to have to tell you they're a child, because obviously their energy is not matching their actions. And even if they can make it match for a little while, it's not sustainable, because they haven't done the work to really reclaim that inner child, that broken part of them. But when you reclaim every broken part of yourself, this is what happens. You were born the high priestess, and then things broke you down. This is what happens to most people. Everyone is born with this energy. In a little bit of a time, it's broken down. This is the magic. I just saw the Emperor. Five of Wands, conflict, and the Star. What did I say? You are shining so bright. There's no amount of conflict that anybody can bring in your life that will dim your light. Because all conflict is the mask that they're wearing to make you act, to try to make you act out of character, but you already know who you are. You're already shining too bright to engage in this conflict. I feel like this person is in conflict with themselves. And then I have the Eight of Cups here in reverse. They want you to turn around, right? But why would... They're seeing that you're the star. They want you to turn around and come back and engage with them. Because your star is too bright. And as they're seeing that they're performing on their own, like you're not engaging, so it's not really a movie. They're just like in this performance. It's like a solo performance. When they can get others to engage with them, right? It's a movie. I just love this. Look at this. The High Priestess, the Star, and your inner child. You've claimed back what's rightfully yours. This is your birthright. There's no amount of conflict anyone can do that will make you, can put out there or engage in or try to get you to engage in that will make you turn around and go back. You've been here before. You've done this before. And no amount of fighting and conflict will get you to a star. And that's what they need to realize. Will get you to the high priestess, a star, or help you reclaim that inner child. Until they realize that it's the inner child that they need to claim, so that they need to reclaim, and that they need to heal, they will always be in this energy, the energy of control. They want to control things. The child doesn't try to control anything. They just are. They are because it's their birthright. All right, I'm going to close this out. Thank you for joining me. Hit that like button. Hope you like the reading, and I will see you in the next one. Love you. Bye.